Good morning and welcome to the early morning hustle show. I don't know why I do that every time, but good morning, y'all. And welcome to the motherfucking neighborhood. We are going to jump right in today because I got some explaining to do, and I hope that this can make sense for you because I've been trying to make sense out of this. But y'all already know the first thing we do to get this morning started is all right. So, question or warm up of the day. What is one thing that you would like to do nice for yourself this morning or this week? One nice thing you would like to do for yourself this week. What's popping, Tess? Welcome, welcome. So whatever that is, make sure you do that this week. And I'm gonna follow up next week and ask y'all if y'all did it for yourself. All right, all right. So we gonna jump right into this one. 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to keep it short, but first off, I would like to say my name Bennett, and I'm not in it. But we're gonna talk about the Israel and Palestine war. What the hell is going on between the streets in my home? What's going on? Because one thing about me is I like to be informed. And so last week I kind of mentioned it, but I really didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand what was going on. So we literally are gonna just hop right into politically incorrect. So first off, I would like to say my stance is I want all war to end. I wish peace for everybody. I don't want nobody to get hurt. I want this to end. Both, like, I just want people to stop dying. I have no anti-Semitic views or anything of the sort, but I want to kind of give you guys some unbiased information because if you like me, you don't really know what's going on and you didn't really know what's going on. And one thing about me, my daddy always taught me about the hermeneutics, the context, like where this all started from. So if you want to know what's going on or my take on what's going on, this is my unbiased opinion. And in my opinion of I'm gonna give them what I think should be done next. We're going to talk about that. But my unbiased opinion or the facts as to what's going on in Israel and Palestine and how we got here. How did we get here? This is what we're going to talk about. All right. So I'm watching what's going on. I see what's going on in the news and I'm like, what's happening? Why are they fighting like this? Why is all this senseless killing going on? But all right, sit down. Let's have a history class. So first off, Israel and Palestine have been fighting since what 1948. So this is not anything that's new. It's just really a cycle, a never-ending cycle that hasn't ended, but it's literally just got thank you, love. That's literally just gotten a bit worse. All right, all right. So in 1947, the United Nations adopted something called Resolution 181, which sought to divide the British Mandate of Palestine into Arab and Jewish states. So this is how this all started. There was no wars and no fighting or no bickering before then. After that, on May 14th, 1948, the state of Israel was created, which sparked the first Israeli and Arabic war. So from this war, Israel was split into three different parts. They were split into, let me make sure, the state of Israel, the West Bank, and the Strip of Gaza, and the Gaza Strip. Okay, so the one of the biggest issues in this war was Israel. Gaza wanted to, like, they broke off from Israel and they kind of created their own little place, their own little nook and cranny. Right, right. But Israel kind of never, from my understanding, never allowed Gaza to create what's the word I'm looking for? An official government. My dad used the word de facto. They kind of have a de facto government, right? So they don't have, like in the United States, a government where they vote for a leader or anything. They're kind of their own little province, but they don't have any really rules governing them. I hope that makes sense. So that's where Hamas comes in, because as I'm getting ready for today, I'm like, it's not making sense. What's going on is not making sense. So who is Hamas and what does Hamas have to do with it? So since that fight, since that big old break, Hamas became their de facto government. So they just, nobody voted them in. They bullied their way into leadership over Gaza. And so over the last, and since then there have been different type of de facto leaderships, but since they bullied themselves into over Gaza, so they're kind of, I don't want to liken it to like Adolf Hitler, but fuck it, this is my show. Like, for illustrative purposes, Hamas is just a group of people who have taken over this unruled strip of land called Gaza, and the people of Gaza aren't really, they're not friends, right? They don't really fuck with Hamas. But they bully Hamas, the people of Gaza. Hamas bullies Gaza because, like, there's nobody to fucking stop them. So they're kind of, the people of Gaza are under the rule of these bullies, if that makes sense, right? Right. So this all started, like I said, in 1947 or 1948, when the UN allowed the separation, or allowed Israel to kind of become their own state, if that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So I called my dad and I said, well, Dad, I said, I don't really get what the issue is, because didn't Hamas bomb Israel first? And that is factually accurate. They did. However, and I was just like, well, if you hit somebody, don't they have the right to hit you back? And he said, well, that's correct as well. However, it's gotten out of hand. And I was like, well, Dad, ain't that the rule of law? Like, ain't that the rule of war? If you hit somebody, they can hit you back. Yes. However, he caused me to think of it in another way, in that even though Hamas bombed Israel, the people of Gaza had nothing to do with it. They had no control. Like, they trying to be Bennett and ain't in it. It's a group that has bullied a group of people, and they have started a fight with somebody, and now this fight is leaking on to people who actually wanted nothing to do with it. I hope that makes sense. So while Israel has the right to fight back, it's fighting people who don't want to fight them. But it's de facto, it's a makeshift government has started a war that it really can't finish. And so now people are being killed, and the people of Gaza, the actual people of Gaza with no power and no voice, they getting beat up for what somebody else did. That's how I understand it. I hope that makes sense to y'all. So that's what's going on in the fight with these two countries. Well, not countries, but these two states. Somebody, like, think of it like this, for the people who really can't get it. Somebody started a fight. Your friend started a fight. You got a messy friend that started a fight that she couldn't win. You ain't want to fight in the fucking first place, but now you in it. That's Gaza, bitch. So now that we got that out of the way, that's what's going on in with the Israel and Palestine war. It's getting out of hand. Regardless, it's getting out of hand. Like, you started this, but one, we didn't want to start this. Two, now we're getting beat up, and so many people are getting beat up, is becoming grotesque. Let's end this. So there's that. More facts, more things that you should know, more information that you should know about the Gaza, the Israel-Palestine war. All right, so now people mad because Joe Biden has stepped in. Now, unbiased, I'm just giving you the facts because you probably don't want to watch that shit, or you don't know what's going on. So why is Joe Biden giving money to these people? Why is Joe Biden giving money to Israel if he sees what is going on in with all these people, if he sees the innocent killing of all of these people, well, this is politics, bitch. I'm not here. I'm unbiased. I'm just giving you information. Don't come from me. But he giving them to it. He giving it to him because it's a political move. See, Israel is kind of our security guard in the Middle East. Like, so Biden got to kind of make sure that Israel good, because that's low-key our people, if that makes sense. Also, there's an election coming up, and he needs to make sure that that politically in the United States, that he does not come off anti-Semitic, because that's a bad word. That's worse than being called a fucking narcissist. But he also trying to make sure that if anything ever pop off in the Middle East, that our allies back us. So, but he's also using this to, he also, because I was just like, well, shouldn't somebody say, like, this don't look too good? Shouldn't somebody say something to this boy? Man, what happened to that boy? Somebody should say something. I was just like, if that's our people, Joe just be like, y'all doing too much right now. So from my understanding, Joe actually did say, hey, y'all tripping. Y'all doing too much. We're going to send you this money, but y'all doing too much. And in his saying y'all doing too much, he also sent food and aid to Gaza. So while he did send some money to Israel, he also sent care packages to Gaza through Egypt. So Joe Biden is trying to be as impartial as he can be, but he can't be, because that's our Israel is, we talking politics, is our people. They are allies. They the people who keep us safe when we over there. We can't turn our back on them, especially no matter how wrong we are. Listen, I told you, this ain't got nothing to do with me or my opinions. I'm just giving y'all the fucking facts so you can understand what the fuck is going on in the Middle East. All right. So Biden has stepped in. He did send money to Israel because they are allies. It's the most anti-Semitic thing that he can do. He wants to stand beside them. He understands. I believe that what's going on is going too far. That's why he also sent money to Gaza to help those people, because he sees that there's a lot of things going on. I don't listen. I feel no ways about it. I'm just giving you the information. All right. So that's kind of what's going on. And I see people making, like, Dave Chappelle literally just got into it with somebody at his show. They were talking about what was going on. He was talking, he voiced his opinions, and it made people uncomfortable. My mission here is not to make you feel uncomfortable. And if you feel uncomfortable, it's only in a way of, damn, that's what's going on. But I'm just here to inform you of what's going on, because I had to do a lot of fucking research to understand this, because what's going on in the Middle East is a hot, shitty mess clusterfuck, and it's really thicker than anybody could understand. So there's that. Now, what I think if I could say how this would stop, or what would be the resolution, let me tell you that real quick. Let me sip my tea. Let me tell y'all what my tea say real quick before I get into this, because it says forgiveness is an act of consciousness. It says when your inner worlds and your outer worlds harmonize, your relationships do too. Yeah, Coco, I'm not gonna read your comment, but yeah, that's exactly what I said to my dad. I was just like, it seemed like the boy playing both sides of the fence to me. It don't make sense, but it makes sense because it's politics. Politics is the gray area. You understand what I'm saying? Politics don't make sense. You like to be a politician, you gotta, and that's why I'm giving you the unbiased facts. I'm giving you information, and anybody who has information that's contrary to this, who does not believe, who has more information, please feel free, because I'm here to inform the people. Like I said, I have my only wish is for peace, bitch. Is for this war to end. So, all right, my tea, and then I got a little bit more minutes, a little bit more time. So, all right, what I think should happen. Who is at fault here? I think the UN is. Because had the UN not stepped in 1947 and essentially create a division, then I don't think that we would be here in the first place. The UN stepped in, and I feel like since they're the ones who stepped in all that time ago, they need to step in now. I think that what needs to happen is somebody needs to sit down with Israel, Palestine, and the West Bank, bitch, and have a conversation, because the whole fight is because Israel and Palestine, Israel won't allow Palestine, from my understanding, to have an official government. And because they don't have an official government, they have terrorist groups like Hamas that form, that start shit. And then it end up being shit. But for people who don't want to be a part of shit, I hope that makes sense. And I feel like the UN had so motherfucking much to say in 1947, but where the fuck y'all at now? Somebody need to speak up. Somebody need to say it with their chest. Somebody need to have enough balls to get these people in the room and come to some. Y'all had the authority to give, to give. So where y'all authority at now? That's really my fucking question. Somebody needs to step up and stop. It's like a bad fight, and we just all watching. Who gonna step up and who gonna fucking say something? We can't say nothing because we got a vested interest in the fight. The Democrats, the United States, we kind of in a shitty place with this. We see it, but we can't do nothing about it. Where is the fucking UN? That's my question. Where is the UN at? What is the UN doing? The UN is I feel like the only people who can actually make some changes. Like, somebody needs to have a sit down talk and say, okay, we got to put some resolution, because do you not see what's going on? In Israel, I understand your frustration. Gaza, I understand your frustration, but we need to talk, because I don't want nobody else to die. That's really what I think needs to happen. So my problem, my issue, the UN is run by the United States. Then we need to it's the United Nations, so it might be run by the United States, but it ain't the only person in that bitch. But somebody needs to say something. Somebody needs to do something. Somebody got to step up. Somebody got to use their authority. Somebody got to put their political minds aside and say, you know what, like, this is much bigger than politics. How many more people, how many more lives have to go before somebody say it with a fucking chest? People, I hear real fucking loud how sad it is and how much, but I don't see somebody stop. I don't see nobody saying stop. I don't see nobody using their authority, their power, their allyship to sit down, to go to their cool homeboy Israel and be like, look, I understand, boy, you got every right to, boy, but look, this was happening. We publicize everything else, but nobody is actually saying, like, nobody actually, it's all about politics. It's all about getting that vote. It's all about, but listen, let me tell you, who gonna vote for you when ain't nobody left? And that's what I be trying to fucking understand. So I'm just like, I hope that what I said about what's going on makes sense to you guys. It wasn't to give my unbiased opinion at the end. I did give my opinion as to who is at fault and what needs to change. But I hope that this makes sense to you. I hope that you are kind of caught up and debriefed on the drama that's going on in Hamas, with Hamas in Israel. Hamas ain't nobody fucking friend. Them people in Gaza don't really fuck with Hamas like that, but they suffering for the consequences of they stupid ass bullies. Y'all remember in school when they say the good have to suffer for the bad? Right now, the good is suffering for the bad, and I'm just waiting for somebody to step up and use all of the money and all the authority and all the power that they got to make this shit end, because it's horrible on both sides. Both people, humans. I don't care. Humans. I want humans to do better. I want humans to live. I want humans to have what they need to survive. That's all I'm saying. So that is the backdrop or the tea on what's going on in the most politically incorrect way. Again, I hope this makes sense. I hope that you understand what I'm saying so that you can be informed. And at the end of the day, this is politically incorrect. Do your own research. You have to do your own research. I did some research, bitch. I read and I studied because I was just like, this ain't no new shit. And I'm not understanding it because I was like, well, this happened where these people was doing this and these people was doing this. So I get it, but I don't get it. So that's my thoughts about or that's my tea about Israel and Palestine. Again, I'm in it and I ain't in it, but I hope that made sense, and I hope that gave you guys, especially the young people like me who really don't understand what's going on, what it is. And really quickly, we had to send stuff to Hamas because to Gaza, because Gaza, and I'm sorry that I keep saying those, because Gaza and Hamas are two different people. Even though Hamas represents Gaza, Gaza don't fuck with them boys, and we have to remember that. Because I was like, well, but Gaza, like, they do bullies, they bullied Hamas bullied Gaza all day, fucking every day. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't got them into some trouble that has nothing to do with them. So the Israelis is trying to find them boys and weed them out, but it's causing some damage. All right, so that. All right, quick. Politically incorrect. The actors are still going at it, bitch. People like Tyler Perry and them, they trying to negotiate. Excuse me. The house still divided. Jim Jordan, I put this boy name down as Jim Jones. Jim Jones then went up for the vote twice and he still ain't got it. And my problem, and their problem, is really the Republicans. The Republicans, these hoes is not fucking loyal. Like, I think he lost by like 20 votes. Boy, they turned on the House representative, the last Speaker of the House. You think they give a fuck about you? The Republicans is willy nilly, bitch, willy nilly, bitch. They don't give a fuck about nobody. Let me tell you, this money and these politics is ruining everything. Cash rules everything around me. Dollar bill, y'all. That's really what's going on. So there's still no Speaker of the House. That's a fucking mess. What else I got? UFOs. You can now report UFOs. Since they told us that, I guess they had to tell us that the fucking aliens was here, because they're seeing more and more UFO sightings. All right. Next year in 13 states, the IRS is coming up with their own form of like TurboTax. Well, you'll be able to go in and do your taxes, and I think it might be for free, and they're releasing it in 13 states. Oh, and Jim Jordan. Okay. Oh, and Trump is still in the lead for the Republican nomination. So y'all, before I was doing my research, I saw a fucking ad that says, we need Trump to get the Republican nomination, because that's what's gonna help Biden win. They don't want him in office, so it's gonna cause everybody who wouldn't usually vote to actually vote. So I think that's the craziest. Like, I have never seen a political ad endorsing another candidate, but they say that it's vital for him to get this fucking nomination so that Biden could win. That's the craziest shit I ever heard. All right, really quickly, numbers don't lie. Quick numbers don't lie, and then we're gonna talk about the power. No, I got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. All right, numbers don't lie. 7.63. The average 30-year fixed mortgage rate in U.S. impacting affordability for many potential buyers. They say that, I think, in 13 years, the house sales are at their very lowest. All right, $23. The new cost of the Netflix premium. It increased by $3. 60 days, 60. The amount of days in prison, the governor of Michigan was sentenced to for the January 6th Capitol riot. $530. The cost of the new life-saving COVID medication. So that's our numbers for today. All right. So thought of the week. Again, scrolling, getting ready for today's podcast. I went back on my TikTok and was looking at one of my old videos. I think it was a Spiritual Saturday, and it was talking about saying no. And it's the Early Morning Hustle Show, and a lot of hustlers, as a hustler, like we just trying to fucking get it. We just want to get straight to the money. We just want to get straight to the money. But a fuck nigga once told me all money ain't good money. Fuck niggas taught me a lot in this life, but he told me all money is not good money, and it's not, and all opportunities aren't good opportunities. But no, let somebody so with that, you have to know what opportunity it is and what money to take and what money to turn down. Like when you are willing to take and do anything, it shows your value. One of the biggest things in sales, or one of the biggest marketing strategies in sales, is exclusivity. Knowing that everybody can't get everything. So if somebody knows that, oh, this person is just gonna he do this for everybody, or this person allows anything and everybody around them, then the exclusivity of you or the value of you kind of diminishes. Even if you're a valuable person, you can't take everything. Sometimes you got to tell people no. Beyonce, you think Beyonce say yes to everything she do? Like, no is your boundaries. No is your worth. No is setting your value. Oh no, I ain't gonna do that. Sometimes I don't care how much money it is. Dave Chappelle said no to all of that money from Netflix a while ago because it didn't align with his brand and his and who he was as a person. And he came out on top. Knowing when to say no, knowing how to say no is one of the most important things in the whole wide world. And it's hard to say no when we don't have, because we hustling most times. It's hard to say no when we need. But those are the most valuable moments, the most powerful moments, because the reality is people are damn, let me slow down. Sips tea. People will prey on your insecurities expecting a yes. No, I won't deal with this. No, I won't take this. No, I can't go. No, I will not be a part of. People know you need a ton of money and offer you something that's damning to your soul in hopes that you say yes. Nah, I ain't gonna be able to help you. And a shout out to Drewski and our message from last week, but standing on business and saying no lets people know that you know your value. It's you planting a seed and believing in yourself, because I'm gonna say no because I know that I can do better. I know that there is more coming. I know that this is not my very last. I don't have to beg. I'm not in a, like, people who can't say no are they have a lack mentality. You can't make no money in a lack mentality, with a lack mentality. The ability to say no, and nobody wants to do business with somebody that says no, because this is a person that, I'm not going to work with you because you don't know how to say no. You're going to be burnt out. You're going to have fast. You're going to always have something to do. You're going to fuck up some of my shit. Like, the importance of no in your vocabulary, especially for hustlers who really feel like they got to get it, who really in the mix, who really in all of this. Like, no. No means no. And that's it. Like, I really want you to understand, as a hustler, how to say no, that you have to say no, that everything is not a no. And when you say no, your value increases, your price goes up, because people are going to do what's necessary. They know that they can't, you aren't easy, that you value yourself, that you value your mental stability, that you value your time, that you have value. No is an indicator of self-awareness and value and belief in self. All right, so what's our mantra for the week? What is it? I am surrounded by love and peace. I believe in shit. Y'all, I can't remember it. I am surrounded by love and peace, and I'm always grounded. I'm surrounded by love and peace, and I'm always grounded. All right, that's all, y'all. I'm on my 30-minute mark. Happy Manifest Monday. I hope that this gave y'all some insight to what's going on in the Middle East. And I hope that it was understandable for you. But until next week, bye. Bye, bye, bye.